Good morning. So it's Wednesday, 7:30. Everybody's cozy. Everybody's cozy. It's raining. It was raining, I think, all night. Love the sound of the rain on the tent, and then the drips from the tree sound like popcorn. I actually got out a few minutes ago, to go to the bathroom. And so we have some good news, bad news. Let me show you what it's like out there. So the good news is our tent's dry. We stayed dry. Other good news is that our bear hang looks okay, even though it wasn't a great bear hang. This is kind of what it looks like this morning. The not so good news is these shoes were not secure underneath the fly. You can see it's a little bit windy, and we probably weren't extra careful last night when we went to bed late. And this is somebody's shoe with a puddle in it. And another one right there. Okay, so this is definitely less than ideal. So this is one person's shoes that has gotten wet. One has gotten wet, and one, I'll try to show you. Okay, so I'm gonna dump that shoe out. This shoe is completely soaked with a puddle inside it. And fortunately, okay, so this is the gator. I'm gonna wring that out. We're gonna have to wring out the insert as much as we can and trust our wool socks. Now, fortunately, hey, good news is the person didn't leave their socks in their shoe. So their shoe is wet, but their socks are not. Now, we have this other shoe here, which also was unfortunately on the edge, so I'll wring the gator out. And see. Oh, yes, that is wet. Oh, man. That's no good. That would be a rookie mistake for sure, and unfortunate. We had this fly secured, but it's windy and wet, and obviously we weren't real careful with the shoes last night. Good morning, Ash. Good morning. Hi, buddy.
I know. Doesn't it sound awesome on the tent?
Yeah.
I love it.
I woke up from the rain hitting the tent. And then I was hoping it wasn't going to start raining until after we're up.
I know. I agree with you completely. And that would have been a lot nicer if we could have broken down the tent. And then, if the rain started during the day, we could have gotten our stuff on. But unfortunately, we have to break down in the rain. And unfortunately, your shoes are wet. And so are, whose are those? Elliot's. Shoot. So, do you have your dry socks inside here? Okay, good. So that's good news.
Yeah.
So we'll definitely need to find a fire tonight and dry some stuff off somehow. So Benjamin was remembering that we, on, what was it, night 2, we met this woman, Debbie, and her trail name's Pippi. She was helping us with our bear bag. And Ben ended up climbing the tree that night. And so, what did she say to you, Ben?
She said that she was going to give me a trail name, and she was going to give me a trail name, Climber. But she said, as soon as she said it, she said, but if you don't like a trail name that anyone gives you, you don't have to take it. You can hike with it for a little bit, and when another one comes, you can think about both and choose which one you like more and which one suits you better. So I thought that was pretty good.
Yeah, I think that's pretty good advice and wisdom as well. And it confirms some of the other things that I was thinking. So I think that we need to not be so worried about offending someone or whatever. We certainly don't want to adopt a name for that we're going to use for months if we don't actually love it or feel like it fits us or whatever. So there's a little bit more to that story, but anyway, that's what's going on this morning, and we are now going to try to pack up and break down in the wet rain. Ben's going to get our bear bag down. Yeah, go ahead, bud. Here we are. Most people have left already. We're still breaking down a little bit. Fortunately, I gotta say I'm thankful right now that it's not raining. Like, it's not actually raining on us right now. It's just kind of like a mist in the air. Yeah. So that helps. But our tent's soaked, so we're gonna take that down carefully without getting the rest of the tent and the ground cover wet. And Ben's getting the bear bag. We still gotta brush our teeth. The big Georgian centipede. Hold on a second. I gotta show it. Because its legs are what's impressive. Flip over. Look at that. Little guy making his way across the trail. Oops. There it is. So it's like almost as big as my finger. And it's got a lot of legs. And it's going southbound, but we're going northbound. Okay, so look at that nice dry spot where our tent was. That's awesome. Okay, so here we are. Took us, what, a couple hours to break down camp, but we're super thankful that it's not raining right now. And it wasn't actually raining, like, as we tried to break down camp, so that made it a little bit easier. It was a little tricky. Our fly was definitely soaking wet, and that was tough, but at least it wasn't pouring rain on us as we tried to get the rest of our tent down. So our plan here is we actually have an awesome breakfast because we went to the store yesterday, and so we have an awesome breakfast that we're going to go enjoy at a shelter because we need to get moving. So 3.4. I don't think it's going to be too strenuous. But 3.4, and we're going to sit inside a shelter, hopefully. Hopefully it's not crowded, or hopefully it's empty. I'd like it if it was empty. And enjoy some breakfast. So, this is the first water source that hasn't been clean and clear. The other ones have had, like, particles maybe floating in them or whatever, but they seem pretty clear. But this one doesn't really look clear. All right, so we had to go like 0.2 or 0.3, I think, off the trail. We came up this side trail to get to this shelter. There's a bear box, some tent sites, nice fire pit, and look at this cool shelter. Coolest one we've seen so far. It's got a window up there because there's a 3rd-story loft. And this thing is solid. This is the Sassafras Gap shelter. Oh, it's raining. It's got an awesome table here. And it has, so one level here, you can fit a bunch of people. 2nd level there. And then a 3rd level loft up there. It's pretty awesome. So, we went to the grocery store last night, and so we're having a feast right now for breakfast / lunch. And, sorry about that. You can be in it if you want. You guys have trail names yet?
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, who are you?
Skid Mark. I'm Skid Mark, and he's Outdoor Fresh.
Outdoor Fresh.
Outdoor Fresh and Skid Mark. All right, where are you guys from?
Ohio.
Ohio. Oh, all right.
How about you guys?
We're from New Hampshire.
All right.
Hiking home.
All right, cool.
Yeah. So having this awesome breakfast. Elliot's super happy about Jesus. And we're finishing off our fresh grapes. I needed to get some chips. I've got to eat them today, though, before they get squished. And some nice Asiago bagels with cream cheese and some living fuel. I'm going to have a good breakfast right now. I made these boys come, what did we just do? How many miles? 4.2 miles. Since we broke down camp. And so we're getting ready to eat. Look at this. Right here at Sassafras Gap, I have this cutie. I love when I find this cutie on the side of the trail. How you doing, bud?
Good.
What's up?
Nothing much.
Just hanging out?
Yeah.
Just chilling at Sassafras Gap?
No.
What'd someone put in your cream cheese this morning? Because you've been cruising today. I don't know. You don't know? Lead dog? Okay, this is day 6. Yep. Day 6, Wednesday, day 6. We have crossed the border. So, Georgia is behind us. And North Carolina has already given us a run for our money. As soon as we crossed that border and saw a cool tree, it has been up, up, and up. But this is amazing. Look at this view. Beautiful. The rain stopped. The sun's burning through. What a day. Good job, buddy. Nice work. So, here we are at Musk Creek Shelter in North Carolina. So we got here and we had a group. We knew there was a group ahead of us that we camped with last night. A group of maybe 6 or 8 ahead of us, and we didn't know if they wanted to stay here or not. We had no idea how big this shelter was. But we also had a group of 3, 4, 5 behind us that we knew wanted to stay here, plus us 5. So any shelter is hard pressed to hold that many anyway. So needless to say, we got here, and actually none of us thru hikers got the shelter. The shelter is being occupied. This is kind of a cool campsite. The shelter is being occupied by a couple of older people who I'm not sure what they're doing or how far they're hiking, but they're already here and they got the shelter.